I'm not afraid of going to, whatever color, it may not be exactly what the picture is. So now I need to have some lighter color in here. And go back to here, maybe a little bit more blue. So here, I will give lots of blue. And here's a sunken, sunken. I'm now squinting my eyes, look at the whole shape, right, without worrying about what is what. What is what eventually will answer that. So here on the side, we also a little bit green, right? And here's a turn on a paint, turn on a paint. Might as well do it like this, right? And now the so is my head in the way of your camera, your view?
No, it's okay.
No, we can see very clearly.
Very good. That's okay. And this area is hot. When I say hot, all this I imagine that is the edge of the light, so I'm going to give it to hot. I'm talking to myself. So yeah. This area totally. And here's a step to sunken in for the bottom of the nose. All right, so it's sunk in entire area. And And because on this side of this shadow, get a little bit green. So you see that when I determine which size, what color it is, basically I go with my thing and look at the value of the picture rather than the exact color. Yeah, green turn to plane.
The movement stops.
Something wrong with my video?
Yes, the video is idle.
No, it's okay now.
Lisa, are you supposed to record it, Luan?
Oh, no, I did not record it. Because Betty is recording at the other side.
Because Learn is using his phone as a camera, so that
Right.
you cannot record it.
If I do that, it would be too much of a multitasking and it would
Yes.
affect the streaming. Right. So,
Because this way he can zoom in and out, he can zoom it in and out whenever he wants to. It's my first time to record it, so I'm not sure what it's going to be like.
everything has its first time.
Yes.
Right.
So what size of the brushes are using? It's not like a
paint a lot bigger painting than this, right? And I like to use bigger brush, but today because demo time limited, so I have to cut down the size of paper and size of the brush.
I have just received a few very strange message from people I don't know. So I'm going to lock the meeting.
Yeah.
In another 5 minutes, okay? Just so you know. Doesn't happen before. Yeah. I'm going to enable the waiting room and lock the meeting.
Get into this very delicate area. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I tried not to do something really with contour or anything, but then it will confine myself to and commit myself in those areas that I don't want. I want the viewer to agree for themselves, not me. So I know this side is always blue, so I don't care. I give it a darker blue for now. Anyway. Maybe a little bit here. And we know the side is green. I'm going to go ahead and give it to green. Yeah. And this one on the side is also green. Hot, 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 hot.
Learn,
Yes.
because you're using your phone, I see messages coming up on the screen. Probably is to you. Do you?
That's okay. Nothing
Everybody will be seeing your messages, but they are in Chinese. I was just wondering why. Yeah, that's the reason. Thanks, Diana, for mentioning that, because I was really
Yeah.
didn't understand that.
Well, yeah, I hope it's not
Just so
something
you
really
know,
bad.
just so you know, if you want to stop and switch off your messenger function, by all means, okay?
I don't know what to do, but it's okay. It's okay. My wife's
All
not
right.
here. She's not going to see that. So. So. Yeah, when it comes to talking about message in Chinese, by the way, I can speak Mandarin, Cantonese, and Vietnamese. So I learned a little bit of French, but I get them all back to the teacher. Right? So now, basically, the critical area, I would leave it until it dries a little bit. Now I'm going to those bigger area, right? So bigger area, I'll use a square brush, make it faster because time constraint. So I use both square or round brush, intuitive sometimes. So in here, so a little bit too sharp. And a little bit of water here for now. And I need to go a little bit of more of the yellowish. Here, get a little bit of gray to dry. And forgot on this side, say, well, it should be a little bit of the green to show the change we're playing, right? So I'm going to use green, and as I say, you know, so and don't have to worry much about it. And go back to the purple. Make it more. This is the lady, so we have to make it a little bit more feminine. So and maybe a little bit darker. So when it comes to this area, as again, you know, no contour line, right? Because we want to keep there's this to show that there's a muscle mass there rather than uh, a sharp, something that you committed to it, or let the viewer to connect. Let the viewer to connect. Right? And we say, well, we have green for this side of plane. Oops, dirty brush. So we have a lot of green. Yeah. So look at the value only instead of the actual color. And this side we say, well, we're more of the blue, so we're gonna clean the light later. We'll just treat that as a whole. Now here.
So what blue is that, Lun?
Hmm?
That this blue, what blue is this? Is this indigo?
Ultramarine blue.
Ultramarine.
We will use indigo blue eventually, but right now not yet. Yeah. So maybe you just remind me something. Yeah, okay, I'll use indigo blue on here for now. Right? We're at the first layer. The other area I'm going to revisit when it's drier.
Loon, you might want to just zoom out a little bit because we're at the edge at the bottom. If you are going to paint the neck below the neck, a little bit close. Loon, sorry to bother you again. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I right in my screen? Like I'm at the bottom.
The
Yeah,
bottom,
could you move
yeah.
it up a little bit again?
Okay.
A little more, a little higher. A little more. Yeah, that's
Oh,
better.
that would be great. Yes, wonderful.
That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So far, it's pretty boring yet. You sleep yet?
No, we're enjoying it.
Huh?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Huh?
Very good.
I hear somebody eating some food there. You know, I smell some food.
Very,
Molly was saying
colorful.
that she's going to have
Ah.
dinner.
You
It's
use
a
a lot
double
of,
enjoyment.
For dinner. I'm concentrating on your painting.
Thank you. Hey. Yeah. All of a sudden, it's dead quiet. I say, oh, I lost all my audience. Okay, so
It's
yeah, you use a
amazing.
lot of variety of colors.
yeah, and you can see I don't really care what color it is. What happened to be? If it's on my palette, it's right by you and right color temperature. Go ahead. You know.
But it looks great. Looks really,
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
seldom see people doing so much color on portraits. That's very nice.
Yes, very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, while everything's still there, I'm still waiting for the face to dry. So I'm doing something else. Right. So do this. Just to do that. So is my head in the way?
No.
No.
Not the way I wanted it. Sometimes the brush is not listening.
Sabbatical.
Missing Missing the face here somehow. Forgot about it entirely. This area. And a little bit of green. You see a broken line and connect with something, I believe, and that's what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to go dark a little bit on my face because it's dry now, I think.
Mhm.
So a little bit blue, darker blue on the edge. So what the heck, doesn't matter. Yeah, a little bit blue.
Hi, Moment.
Hi, Benny. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Yeah.
Benny, what's the password for the Zoom meeting? Is that Zoom?
Yeah. Zoom. I'll send it to you then.
You should have got it.
Send it to the group already.
Sorry?
I sent it to the WhatsApp group already.
Yeah, I also sent again the email, so he should get it.
We know on the side green, I play green, so I'm gonna strengthen the green a little bit. Maybe dark on the side. Make it hot. Yeah, make it more sunk in the area.
Moment is coming in, Betty.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can I meet him if he wants to? Let me see.
One little bit warm here. Dark here. Blue. Separate this shadow a bit more. Too sharp the line here. Let you erase that. To make this more prominent, more pronounced.
Loon, do you always do your painting on rough paper? This is rough,
Yes.
right? You said.
Yes, yes, because remember the discussion I had for broken lines, right? So this rough
okay.
paper actually support that more
Right.
than any other type.
Okay.
So as I said earlier, some edges you don't do contour line, you just make people to connect and it's like a symmetrical sphere. Right? So far, a lot of these not. So darken area, now the nose, darken a little bit more. So today I try to do it very compressed time. One painting to me usually take 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. So this is a stretch. Yeah.
Well, if you want
One
to
is
take a break, if you want to take a break anytime, that's fine because it's nearly an hour that you've done
yeah. I'm
painting.
okay with anybody. You know,
Or you prefer to?
John,
yeah. Yeah, you don't see me, I don't see you anyway. If you want to eat your dinner, you know, you want to sing karaoke, as long as good singing, I don't mind that.
We have 19 people.
we enjoy
Online?
the work.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, we enjoy it very much.
oh, thank you. So far, I haven't disappointed, I hope.
Looking
Very
good.
interesting.
It's a slightly different approach because, as I say, I am not a watercolorist artist. I'm a portrait artist using watercolor as medium, right? And therefore, my own take may be different than some watercolorists. But again, you know, everyone has different way to do it, and the outcome look pretty well. Surprise is pretty good on both sides. So it really depends on which style you need from certain artists, and trying to, you know, benchmark from there. Yeah. And you can see so far, I don't really go by anything except for the trying to get the value right. In many cases, I drop certain value because it supports the picture looks a bit more lively. Yeah, I need to go darker. Okay, since still wet here, so I do the background to help support the paintings. I can see things. So during the time I wait for the thing to dry, I may as well do something to help me see. What else? I don't know. So
Can I ask what kind of brush you are using?
oh, the one I'm holding,
Yeah.
I don't know, but his friend of mine, in Ophir, his name is Tom, Arthur Dogan, he's Turkish, right? So I got it from him. And I like that. You know, this is not a big size. I have one that about 3 or 4 times of this because I do a lot more bigger painting than smaller painting, as I said earlier. Right?
Yeah, I can see the brush can be flat and also very point. Just
Yeah,
curious,
very.
what's the brand name?
No, it's his own personal brand.
Oh, I see.
So I, you know, yeah, I try to buy. I I had a trip several years ago to China, and I guess some brushes from the street vendor. Some
Yeah.
work, some don't. So I I'm not too fussy about it. at beginning, I actually spent brushes that cost $200 each, sable brush or something like that, and actually I don't like them because they're too perfect.
Yeah.
They're too perfect. I need to see the thread, those things, otherwise
Yeah,
just,
because this brush I'm already looking for a while. I just cannot find the brand name and I cannot search.
oh,
Yeah.
You can leave me the email through Betty, see if I can find the person's and the email. You can source from there.
You mean your friend make the brush, or he produced the
Well,
brush?
No, his
No,
name.
I think he's Alterner Dogan. He's the
Dogan.
founder of the DWA.
Oh,
Right.
well,
As good friend. He
yeah,
lives in
I know
Oakville.
who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Oakville. Right. I need to go a little bit more this way. Because this use the slope of the hat as the composition. Maybe. Okay. So, and this side here. Oh. Here you go. That cost me a few $100. You see, also, the way that I put the easel. Usually I do the underpainting on the 30 degrees or less. And when I paint the middle and final, I usually yank it up to 90 degrees exactly, like how you would hang your painting. But for this demo, I have to use something in between. As, and this doesn't look right, the hat, although the picture looks that way. So I'm going to change it. Now I do more detail. Going back to this blue, using ultramarine blue and Prussian blue. So here, and purple, dryer. So this portrait here, the feature eyes, ears, nose, I intentionally select one that is not very clear because we're time limited. And there are different way to really look at how to tackle those features. So my art is more of conveying the emotion of the subject. So my subject never be, even a title, never be a person or something. It actually is staying in an emotion of some sort. Even the title say that. Is my head in your way?
No, it's okay.
no, it's
If
okay.
you,
Yeah,
if you-
because I'm kind of holding in. I need.
No,
Oh,
it's
no
okay.
wonder. I need a pair of glasses. That's what it is.
if you can zoom in a little bit, that would be great.
Big larger.
Because you'll be doing the eyes and the
Yeah,
face.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be
That's good.
wonderful. Thank you very
That's good.
much.
Perfect.
What's the brand of this paper?
I use Arches block.
Okay. Oh, block. Okay.
Yeah. And it's 140 pounds. And rough. It's rough type. Now, same thing earlier. I mentioned that I would not put contour line on anything. And as long as it's in the ballpark, you know, especially in this painting because it's in the shade, I wouldn't go too far. So, oh, too much. And for the eyes, more people terminate here, but don't hesitate to extend it. Extend it all the way. If you see it all the way, congratulations. Right? Okay. Now we use the square brush again, trying to compensate some of the face value. remember again, I mentioned earlier, we'll let the viewer to connect between the broken lines. When they connect, they can't disagree because in their mind they already say, well, that's what it is. So there are different approaches from different artists. Some like it, really do it very smooth, wet on wet. And some like it, there are so many different ways. But my take for myself is, it is the brush stroke that separate yourself from others. So why don't we, take advantage of that, right? And the brush stroke needs to support the change in the plane. So,
Loon, how did you decide on the color choice for example, the shadow areas? When do you use the green? When do you use the purple?
oh,
Or is it like
remember the
a kind of a feeling?
change in the direction of the plane. And also, if I feel it is too hot, I make it cold. I
Mhm.
said, and that's more intuitive. But the
Right.
rule is a change in the plane.
Right.
So by knowing all these, I don't really, it frees myself up right away. And as an artist, it's important that you don't get bound by these
Yes.
rules.
Thank you.
So then it becomes yours.
Mhm.
I really appreciate that everyone's still with me without having a board yet.
We enjoy it very much, I'm sure. Yeah, everybody's still here.
Thank you. So a lot of time, right? I just leave it dry entirely, and then I use the square brush, wet in water, and trying to smooth out certain areas. And, and that is when you have lots of time to do it. Go a little bit better on the nose. Around it. remove a little bit here. When you do the mouth, never do anything in between. You focus on the top, bottom here. In between, let the viewer connect, because that's where usually it's easy to make it fit as a failure. I found it very difficult. So anywhere that you say, well, sensitive, let the viewer put the onus back to the viewer.
Mhm.
Mess it up there. Okay, fix it this way. It's the gotta have green. There you go. And a little bit more warm here. Dark. Yeah, darker value. There's a little hole here. Soften that a little bit. And the chin is not round enough.
Could you move up your painting a little bit, Louis?
Or maybe zoom out a little bit,
Yeah.
perhaps now that you're,
That's
oh,
it.
that's,
Good. That's good.
thank you.
Thank you. That's good. That means nobody's asleep yet.
No, we're not. We're fine. I'm enjoying it very much, actually. I am. You were saying, Lon, about the eyes, that you
Yeah.
don't stop there and then you sort of extend to a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is that the usual, like it, what
Yeah,
does it
yeah,
mean?
yeah. That's the thing is when I learned portrait painting way back, right? That was my teacher taught me how to observe,
Uh-huh.
and most people neglect that, and that's why it becomes real looking, right? So,
Mhm.
and same thing with the number, the color I use. Why I use all different colors here, because his theory is always saying that, hey, we in the universe that everything interact each other. So there's no such thing as one color. And if you put several objects together, there's no separate color on its own. They all interact together. So if you put the object near green, it has to have green. If you put next to red, it has to have red. Right? So therefore, my kind of thing is trying to listen to if I still remember him. it's too bad when I remember him several years ago, I revisited the country and I couldn't find him. I don't know if he's still alive or
Mhm.
it's sad. Yeah.
Very useful information.
I still have my first art teacher living in Scarborough, although he doesn't really affect me a lot, but he, no matter how, he opened my eyes to the art world. And funny thing is, his teacher was also in Scarborough. So I got 3 generations going on here, and we still meet together. Right? My teacher is about 70 some, his teacher is 90 some,
Wow.
Yeah.
Are
I
they
have
still
lots of
painting?
respect. Yeah.
Good.
Even at 9 years old. So now I'm trying to do the hair a little bit.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, Hmm. Okay.
And the thing is, when I also taught and reminded by the teacher before that, when you paint female, make sure you paint them better looking than in the actual. Then you have less trouble.
That's a
And
good
it's funny though, that hits home because my mom is the same thing. I made a sketch of her for her a year before she passed, and she looked at me and said, "Hey, you really have to make me look like that. Hey, can you make me look more beautiful?" So I redid, but unfortunately, she didn't get a chance to see. So here's just a suggestion because we don't have time. So uh, oh, something missing here. But what the heck? Nobody knows what it is anyway.
Hmm. Hmm.
Eyes. Oh, too light. Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit dark here. There you go. So I'm almost will leave it as it is because you can, as any painting, you can go on forever. And
Yeah.
and because there are some usually something like this, it's better to leave it overnight and you see the flaw because and that's the problem with me is I have a lot of work in process, a lot work in progress, sorry. And
Not good.
whoops, here doesn't look right. The whole.
You're using a clean brush, washing it up a bit. Is that it?
Yeah, yes, exactly. And that's being picky and pick back and forth, because if people buy a painting, sometimes, hey, I don't like this. You see, as watercolorists, we like watermark, but some people don't like it. I'm sure you know that, right? Right. So,
No, it's
You just tell them that's the way I want to be. Take it or leave it.
yeah. And also the dilemma of the portrait painting, right? In as much as we say, well, we love art, we want to generate our own taste, our style and all that. But when you hand to them and that does not look like them, they want money back. Right? So still criteria is you want to make sure that it still look like someone.
Yeah, it's very hard. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's why, it's better to show them all variety. You want this style or the other style, more abstract, more impressionism, or more realistic. My oil dry brush is targeting to those really want realistic thing,
Mhm.
right? And those want a little bit more of the artistic style, and I'll give them the watercolor. So what do you think so far?
It's very
Excellent.
enjoyed, very nice.
Oh, let me do this a little bit here. Then we're trying to capture some of the stuff that we talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the beginning, I
I
say,
think I
well,
need this.
Sorry.
does it look right on the camera? Yeah, yeah, it looks right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to be picky a little bit here. I just found something.
When you do commission work, do you usually do on live or using photo reference?
Oh, nowadays, if it's live, it will cost them a lot of money.
Yeah.
If they can afford, I would do that. But nowadays, nobody really, because already a photo reference already is to them already costs money, right? So
they don't want.
But as I say, my training surrounded with painting live. But as I say, I get back to this 2.5 years ago, really, for watercolor, and
usually, do they want it done in oil or watercolor?
Yeah, my commission are a lot more oil dry brush, right? Some they would ask for watercolor, but watercolor is because it's cheaper for them, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but I charge the oil dry brush a lot more expensive. So the 3 points that I song to sing.
Yes. we recorded it, but all your messages will be recorded as well.
Oh no! Oh no! Am I going to be?
That's why we probably.
Am I going to be in trouble with my wife?
Well,
no trouble so far.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Yeah, so far I didn't see anything problem, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
all right. All right.
I don't know what we should do with it, the recording or after recording. I don't know what we should do with it, but we just recorded. This is the first time.
I think his own recording won't record those messages.
Really?
So.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, so the 3 points that I was trying to hone in for the demo tonight. The first point I was talking about the planes,
Yes.
right? And I can see this picture is no longer flat because I do address for the steps, right? And right, and without the steps, it will look flat. That's my point. Number 2 point was tonal values and color temperature balance. And you can see me as I go. I hardly follow the actual color of the picture itself because matching it is almost impossible for watercolor unless you do layer by layer, the old technique, right? And it takes lots of layers to get it right. So, but if you do the alla prima, like we're doing, like trying to finish everything in one session here, then it's better to get tonal value. So if I turn this, and eventually when I flatten this, after I flatten this, I take a picture. I'll send it to you, Betty.
Yeah, sure.
And
When you finish
and
it.
once you get that, you can turn it into black and white, for example. Then you see, okay, that's how I usually gauge myself, how well I improve myself through tonal value, right? And now the color temperature, right? As I say, well, hey, if it's this plane, I give it green. If it's that plane, I give it blue. And the skin tone, as long as it's warm enough, near enough, right? For example, it changed here, then I give it a little bit of green, right? It's changing the plane here, changing the plane. So same plane, right? You see same plane, right? Same plane, right? Same plane, right? So, and some of my art, if you look at online, it's really completely green. I make people to believe green is pink. Right? So, and then broken line. The last one was broken line. You can see my brush stroke. My brush is going like this, going like this, going like this. And every time, for example, here I go like this, it supports the paint change for here. And I go like this, it supports the paint change this way, that way, right? So, and that to differentiate, and anything in between here, there's no line, no contour line, because this area here, right? This area, subtle area, just let the viewers to connect. It's funny though, between the two lines, if I draw a line like this and like this, and in between it could be like this, could be like this, or could be any combination. But it's funny enough that the viewer will connect themselves in the right way and they would agree with you, right? And in drawing, when you draw a circular line or curved line, that's a hard part because you really have to commit yourself, it's accuracy, right? Because the curved line make the person more weight on it or skinny on it, and they won't pay money for that. So yeah, so and also
Some people likes to be skinny.
Extra touch.
hey, there you go, and then the straight broken line will support that even better, right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so that's really what I see anyway, right? Oh, I don't like really to make I like to manipulate the background so much, but some do very, very well, and I have admiration for that. Right?